Hi there. Welcome to Supercharged Fridays. We are 193 weeks. I hope you're doing well. It is yet another Friday, and we are all set for the weekend, aren't we? How's the week been? How can I help? If we haven't met before, welcome. You are probably seeing, if you're seeing me for the first time, such a warm welcome. My name is Sonal Behel. I am a career strategist and former HR director, and I help people who are going through career transition with content like this on YouTube, on my podcast, with courses and with coaching one on one as well as group coaching. So if you are tuning in for the first time, as always, you're welcome. And if you're tuning in, and what I meant was if you're tuning in yet another Friday, you're always welcome. How are you doing? How can I help? Let's dive right in. So I know there's always a delay between actually going live, between pressing live and actually going live. So I just wanted to kind of just give a quick shout out to a couple of announcements. I briefly mentioned group coaching. So I will be doing a live masterclass on the 12th of October, Thursday, and it'll be quite comprehensive, approximately 90 minutes. It's free. So if you are in career transition, definitely sign up. Definitely sign up. And if you want to go deeper with me, I will invite you to join my group coaching program. And if you don't want to go into if you want to get deeper and not interested, that's fine as well. I still want to make sure you come in so you get as much value as humanly possible. So go to the link that's appearing here right on the screen. That's superchargeyourself.com/career. And another quick announcement. This week, I released the next episode of my podcast with a lovely, lovely guest. His name is Ryan Patel. If you watch CNN ever, you will see him all over the news, CNN International. He covers lots of things: business, economy, political economy, and it's a fascinating discussion on how did he get into this world, because he started out just like us, right? Like in a corporate job or in consulting, like a lot of us have. And how did he get into this world? He's on a lot of boards, corporate boards as well. So it's a fascinating conversation. Very nice guy, very humble, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. So it's the latest episode. It's 121, episode 121 of my podcast, How I Got Hired. So if you just go to Google How I Got Hired and write my name, you will come across. All right, with those two announcements, first about the masterclass. When is it? 12th October. Definitely sign up if you're looking around for a change, and if you're feeling a little bit frustrated, cheers. Not cheers to the frustration, but cheers to what is to come. Lovely. All right, fab. So let us dive right in. Welcome. Good to see new friends and old. Lovely to have you here. And we are going to get into the questions. All right, fabulous. Whether you're joining me today after a long time, like Saurabh, or if you're joining me for the first time and we've never met before, you're welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy you are here. Let us hang out. All right, we got a question. Let's get into it. Hi, Suman. I have pursued an MBA in human resources and marketing, and at present, I am in a marketing job and I want to get into HR. When interviewed, what shall I respond to the reason behind the shift, which would sound convincing? Okay. Nothing is as convincing as the truth, Suman. That would be my recommendation. So you have to work that around. What is the real reason you want to get into HR? I'm not going to tell you what your reason is because you know that better than anyone. So you want to obviously craft it in a professional way that sounds convincing, but stick to the truth, right? And I have released a video a few days ago on my YouTube channel on career change and what are some steps you can do to showcase that you are the right person for the job when people particularly don't understand and they are like, they have doubts because you don't have proven experience or you don't have proven skills. You've got the MBA in HR, which is fine, but it was a while ago, right? So maybe people hesitate. So how can you kill that hesitation and how can you show that? You first have to believe that you could do that really well. But you also need to understand why. Why? And that made my video on my YouTube channel starts with why. Why do you want to do this? Is it because you're running away from something or you're running towards something? Neither is right or wrong, but it does help to know the motivation behind it. So check that video out. I think that would help you a lot. And if you still have questions from that one, feel free to join me any of these Fridays. So awesome. I wish you lots of success. Okay, do. Thank you for tuning in. All right. What's happening, Tarun? What will be the best reply when interview asks, why do you want to change? Tarun, so we just chatted with Suman a couple of minutes ago. And if you were listening, just to kind of recap, we would stick with the truth. But at the same time, you don't want to tell them everything. They're not your friend. You want to keep it professional. You don't want to get into, see, the devil is in the details. So you want to keep it like superficial. Do you know what I mean? The more, it's like you're digging your own grave. The more you get into details, you are digging, and then you dig to such a point that it's hard to get out. So I would say that would be kind of like my upper level, sort of how I would approach it. Um, it is a tricky one. I understand this. I get this question many, many times. So I know that this can be tricky. So you do want it to be having truth in it, but it doesn't have to be 100% why you want to change. Because honestly, it's none of their business. Because you don't always ask, so why did the previous incumbent leave? You see, both sides have this mysterious sort of asymmetry of information going on. Um, that's what I would say. All right. So, Tarun, good luck. Hi, Luki. What's happening? My company pays tuition for my master's. That's wonderful. And if another company gives me an offer, should I include this in my package? Yes, 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 yes. Go watch my salary negotiation video. If you are getting a deal where you lose money, the company will understand why you say no. Nobody in their right mind expects you to lose money. Now, obviously, they could say no, but that's a choice you make about leaving the current employer and joining a new employer. But if you're losing something, I have clients whose kids were in the international school. International schools are very, very expensive. And you come into a country where that company paid for the international school for the kids, and then you want to leave that company for whatever reason and join another company. That new company, if they really want you and they're hungry for you, you'll tell them, yeah, my kid's tuition is X amount of money for school. I've seen companies say, oh, no problem, it's pocket change, because I can see how much value this person will bring to the company. So if they see that, and if you've played your cards right, it should be okay. Having said that, there will be companies, for whatever reason, may not be okay with it. That's okay. Maybe they're coming down hard on budget and costs, and they might think this is frivolous, so they may not do that. So hard to say. But would I tell you to not ask? Never. Never. Always ask. Worst thing, they'll say no, but always ask. Good luck. Veronica Cruz, what's up? How do you explain gaps between jobs, especially for moms? Taking care of teenagers and death of family members. I don't want to explain the whole thing. Oh my gosh. I understand Veronica very, very well. Moms, dads, caregivers, everyone. Oh, how would this economy function without them? How would this economy function without stay-at-home dad? I was talking to someone the other day. Her husband stayed at home for 4 years to take care of the child while she went out. And it's, you could say not that common, but a lot of stigma in the world today. But if he hadn't done that, she wouldn't have been able to do such amazing work. She's going to be on my podcast. She's amazing. I don't want you to get into details either, because frankly speaking, Veronica, it's none of their business. It's none of their business. I have a very detailed video on my YouTube channel. If you need me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. So just send me a message. And it's like 17 minutes. It's a masterclass, and it also gives examples for people who've been out of the workforce because of parenthood or because of taking care of a sick family member. You basically, I mean, please watch it, because nothing like actually getting into it and pause, take notes, all of that. You'll get lots out of it. But in the meantime, I'll also say, keep in mind that you just want to make sure that you're convincing that the reason for two things. There's a detailed step-by-step method in it. I call it my pause approach, PAUSE. Very cleverly named approach, the framework. You want to basically take care of two things. One is that the reason for taking that break no longer exists. And second, that you have been in touch and have been upgrading your skills. Because that is one of the major worries that recruiters and hiring managers have. He or she's been out of the workforce for 4 years, 5 years, 7 years. Um, it's a not a sure shot. Let's look at someone else, right? It's an unfortunate truth. It's unfortunate because you were in the meantime taking care of so many things. You want to make sure that you showcase that you've been in touch and all the things that you've been doing to run the household. How are those skills transferable? How are those skills transferable to the jobs you're looking for? If you're not able to do this properly, and if you're struggling, and if you see again and again that you're hitting a wall, hire a coach to help you. Hire a coach. It's a one-time cost, let me tell you. And this coach or mentor is going to be able to help you with a proper framework and kill this once and for all, so that you can actually demand what you want to demand, your worth, right? Because if you don't nip this in the bud, it's going to keep coming back. And I know this because I have personal experience with gaps in my resume, and what I know how it played on my self confidence and how I showed up. So it's a very important one. I'm glad I spent time on this, because what would, particularly, let's talk about moms for a second. What would the country do? What would the economy do if moms stopped this caregiving for a day or a week? What would happen? The economy would come down on its knees, right? We got to claim that power. Good luck. Taran, you're very welcome. What's happening, Prashant? What would be the best reply if the interviewer asks what is the reason? Mm-hmm. Yes, Prashant, what is the real reason then? I'm not going to tell you what you should say, but you have to stick to the truth, and you have to make sure that you keep it higher level, that you don't get into details. And you want to make sure that the reasons you give are not threatening to the new company, that, oh, he could also leave with us in less than a year. You see what I mean? All of those things you have to take care of. Um, and yeah, that's what I would say for now. Hi, Lakshmi. Working in corporate for the last 10 years, not a promotion in sight. Mm-hmm. Worked on multiple projects, raised the issue, but the response was not satisfied. Ask, Lakshmi, ask the decision makers, ask your boss, ask your boss's boss that you are ambitious and you see yourself moving to this level. What are some things that you need to do, and what has been in the last 10 years? Ask for very specific feedback. If you've not been getting it and other people have been getting it, there could be a couple of reasons. Number one, the others were just more outgoing and they asked. Or they could be because they got it and you didn't. Maybe because either they are more competent or less competent. I'm laughing. Less competent people get promoted all the time. Am I right? Am I right? Type a one in the chat if you've seen it happen. Type a one in the chat if you've seen it happen. Less than competent people getting promoted. One, 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 one. I should be seeing a lot of ones. Okay. It happens all the time. So it comes down to how you are perceived, your perception. It's a very detailed topic, but you've got to ask, but you also have to have a business case why you deserve this promotion, or what is the value you've added over all these years. It feels terrible to tell you this, that the burden is coming down on you. It shouldn't have, right? In the right company, if you're talented and you're good at what you do, they should be the ones recognizing it. But the world we live in is not always fair, right? So it is coming down on your shoulders and you have to prove it. So there's a lot related to salary negotiation, etc. So go check the playlist I have on my YouTube channel. There are a lot of overlaps with what I'm talking about. Good luck, Lakshmi. I'm so glad you're thinking about it. All right. Yeah, I know. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 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 Aristo, thanks for being here. All right, let's get to the next question. What's happening, Vishal? How is the current market in IT jobs? If a person wants to change in a startup, I would say just, yeah, weigh your options. There's some companies that are booming and they have been recession proof. So I can't tell you how is the market, which market, right? And this is the global audience that's watching us right now, and I don't have details. So um, you're better off like talking to the people locally in your geography, and also speaking with people who work in those companies that you're interested in. There's lots of advantages of working at a startup. I started my career in a startup. You wear multiple hats. It's not for everyone, it's uncomfortable. There are a lot of advantages of being in a bigger company. They tend to have bigger budgets, more paycheck, etc., etc. It depends on your appetite for risk. So there's no good or bad and plus or minus. Everything has its, pros and cons. So yeah, good luck with that, Vishal. What's your experience on candidate market fit? Should we position ourselves broadly or with a specific narrow subset skills that we have? Um, I mean, that's a good question. I think it comes down to what do you want? There's people who are looking at general management roles or consulting roles, and they are broad. They don't have depth too much, but they have breadth. Nothing wrong with that. And then there'll be someone who'll be like, I actually love the cybersecurity side of things, compliance, cybersecurity, cybercrime. And they want to focus on that. They can change later if they want to. So in English, in the US, they say the riches are in the niches, the niche, right? The more specialized you are, the more money there is. It's not always true, right? I mean, someone who's a CEO has done some sales, maybe has done some marketing, done some finance, done some HR management, lots of things. So generalist versus specialist. So a company needs both. A company needs both. The question is, what do you want? What do you want? Right? And there's no wrong answer here, by the way. Hi, Satish. It's for your daughter, Mansi. She's doing an MBA or she wants to do an MBA. What are the top two things to look out for in a school? Hmm. Ranking is one thing, Satish. I'm glad you're asking. Satish, I have a very detailed video on my YouTube channel on is an MBA right for me, yes or no? And how do you select the business school? I do think that pedigree matters if you want to do an MBA, if you've made up your mind. I think it does matter. It does open doors. I was speaking with somebody this week from a business school that is less heard of in Europe. And he was asking lots of questions on how do I get into this company and this company, and he needs my help because he realized that the career services department is very limited in terms of how much they help, and the companies he's interested in don't even come on campus. That is never going to be a problem with a hired, with a good, well-known brand. Having said that, it is expensive like hell these days to do an MBA. So you really, really don't want to push this on your daughter. You want to make sure that she's doing it because she wants to do it. But definitely have her check out my video because why you want to do an MBA matters, and what are some huge advantages of doing an MBA, and what are some limitations. I spell it out. I have done an MBA. I have the privilege of having done an MBA from INSEAD back in 2009, and I in that video I spell it out. I give all the things that I like and all the things that I think are limiting. So yeah, good luck with that. Good luck to your daughter. Hey, Jean-Francois, what's up? Ah, okay, okay. That was the question that was coming from you. Earlier it was saying, that was you. hopefully that kind of hopefully that kind of helps you, right? The view that I just shared. All right, Veronica, I will share that with you. Just to make sure that I don't forget, send me a connection request on LinkedIn if we aren't already connected, because I'll just send it in my DMs because these comments are not always easily available after the live stream. Hey Dheeraj, is it possible to land a good job after a year or two of unemployment? Of course it's possible. Of course it's possible. We talked about employment gaps about 10 minutes ago, so definitely watch the replay. It is possible. I got a great job after 2.5 years of unemployment and taking time off to expand the family. I'm not that special, frankly, and if I can do it, anyone can do it. All right, good luck. Okay, what is up? Welcome, Amit. Thank you for being here. What's up, Mario? Good to see you. Hi, Sajid. There are always companies that hire even during a downturn. 100%. 100%. All right. Last question, and I shall let you go. My tea is completely gone cold. What's happening, Veronica? Veronica, we just spoke, right? Sorry. HR certifications. Which organization do you recommend? Hmm. I don't know, frankly, Veronica. Number one, I don't know which organization. And number two, I don't know, do you really need those certifications? Are they going to help you to land the right jobs that you want? My opinion would be at this point of time, get your hands like dirty with some real world experience in companies, whether it's as an volunteer, intern, or whatever. And you could do the certifications on the side, but certifications online or offline, whatever it is, um, I don't think play a big role. So before you invest time, dollars, effort into getting those certifications, find out from your target companies and the positions that you're interested in, do you really want, do they really need those certifications to hire you, or is it more for you? If it's from a knowledge point of view, you can always find out. Find out, do a Google search in your area. Um, or in your country, there's certain CIPD is a certification from the US. SHRM is very well known in the US. CIPD is in the UK. SHRM is in the US. So they tend to be kind of like, and they take a very long time to get to complete. It's a lot of work, lot of effort. So make sure you really need it. I don't have any certifications like that. Never did it. I did an MBA, sure, but I was already working in human resources before that. Nobody asked me for a certification, and I haven't only worked in my own country. I worked in multiple countries. This was something that was never asked. Um, hmm. Yeah, have a good list of what are you watching, what are you reading, publications, websites, are you a member, podcasts, YouTube. There's such modern digital ways to be abreast of what's going on in your special area. I would talk about those. And they are way more up to date than a PHR or a SHRM. What's happening in podcasts. There's conferences, right? And there are podcasts that specialize. There's a podcast that will be about AI in human resources. There'll be a podcast that specializes on only recruiting in human resources. They get really deep. It's a great thing to listen to when you're driving or you're in the train or on a bus. You got your headphones, play it on 1.5. You learn a lot, really, much more than I would say in SHRM is good, but PHR is good as well. I would say. All right. What kind of additional skills should I have for opportunities along with my prep? What kind of additional skills? Atul, I don't know. It depends. What kind of role are you looking for? It's hard for me to know because I don't know you, buddy. Last question for today. How do you convince another company in an interview if we worked in a previous company for only 5 months, right? Praneet, you need to give a very clear reason why it was not a good fit. Okay. And you don't want to get into specifics, please. If you get into specifics about, I didn't like the boss, I didn't like the culture, be careful because you might be digging a hole you cannot get out of. That's what I'm saying from like the last 20 minutes. The devil is in the details. Be careful that you don't get into those details. Keep it sort of superficial. All right, I shall let you guys go. I hope this has been helpful. I think I've answered all the questions that have come up. If I haven't, and I will go back and check, particularly on LinkedIn, I will check. If you're on YouTube, I'm not able to see the chat after the live stream. If you're on YouTube and you asked a question and I didn't answer it, I'm so sorry. I'll make sure I do it, but make sure you put your question in the comments, not in the chat. And I'll do a quick um, drive by and make sure that I've answered everything on LinkedIn. So just as a last sort of reminder, just make sure if you are interested in a career change and you're actively looking and feeling frustrated for whatever reason, right? And you're thinking you need a little bit of help, check out the free masterclass that I'm going to be doing on the 12th of October. Sign up on superchargeyourself.com/career. And it'll be around 90 minutes, 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. Central European time. So Take out the time, put on do not disturb, get a notepad, get a pen. We're going to get into specifics. And if you want to go deeper, I will invite you to join my group coaching program that I think would be helpful if this is what you are looking for. And if you don't want to join the group coaching program, that's fine. But I'll always talk about it. I don't want you to, feel unpleasantly surprised when I start talking about it during the masterclass. People are like, hey, this is not what I signed up for. I think we have to be clear and we have to be transparent in the world we live in. It's 2023. You guys are smart. Um, and those icky marketing ways of 90% pitch and 10% value, according to me, are gone. So, yeah, transparency is a very important value for me. Thank you for being here. And I watched your video, how to negotiate an offer. Yeah, I am so happy to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Please do connect with me, share me. It's about 2.5 million views, that video. And I'm very proud of it because it was a silly video that I shot on my phone. I'm right now on my phone, literally. Zero production value. But I always, always, always believe in what I say because it's coming from real life, personal experience. As a human resources director, also as someone who was a deep in job search with multiple layoffs. All right. Thank you for being with me live. You're awesome. I hope this has been helpful for you. I will catch you at the same time next Friday. I'll be a couple of minutes late. So if you're watching me live, just probably I will 5 or 10 minutes late. I will schedule it as such so you're not sitting there waiting. Got to do something at my kid's school at the same time. So take care of yourselves. Have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend.